All right, guys, I am back with a brand new Indiana Jones update. And for those who don't know, Indiana Jones is my all-time favorite franchise. And I've talked about that a few times. And I've got an update here for you guys today. We're going to talk about The Dial of Destiny, which opens tomorrow. And I will have my review as soon as I get out of the film tomorrow. And know that I'm going into this movie with low expectations because of Disney's history. But I'm going in with low expectations, and all I truly want as a fan is one final Indiana Jones adventure. And I don't even need it to be off the charts amazing. I just want one more good Indiana Jones adventure. And I do think that that's happening. I'm encouraged by some stuff I saw today on an Indiana Jones board on Facebook. And we're going to go look at we're going to go look at some of the comments by people who have seen it. And it looks like the critics unfairly judged this film and that it really doesn't have any woke material in it, which is good to hear. It looks like they may have knocked this one out of the park, and I think fans will be the true gauge of that. But the movie's not scheduled to do very well. But tomorrow is the day. So what I'm going to do first here is I'm going to move over to my photos and show you some new product placement things, some toys that were announced today. This is a series that I'm collecting, and I'm getting every figure in the series, and I'm excited for the new figures. So let's switch over here, and then we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about the movie, and I'm going to share the Facebook page. So tomorrow is the day. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. All right, I'm excited. I've got my showtime for 6:30 tomorrow. As soon as I get back, I will be doing a 100% spoiler-free review. I can't even talk. A 100% spoiler-free review. But let's look at so there's this adventure series I'm collecting. It's called the Indiana Jones Adventure Series. These toys are freaking amazing. I love the box art. I did open up the first wave that had to do with Raiders. But I will not be opening up any of the others that I collect. They're sitting on my wall in my theater room. But let's look at some of the ones that got released that they announced today at the Hasbro Pulse. So first of all, we are getting a Last Crusade Indiana Jones, where he's got his satchel, he's got his tie on. You can see in here he doesn't have the tie on in that picture. Now, I wish I could show you the side art. They did show it in the live stream that Hasbro Pulse did this morning, but it looks pretty cool. These figures are amazing. We're getting Henry Jones Sr. I love this. This is amazing. I'm so glad that we're getting this figure. Sean Connery was awesome as his dad. He's got his umbrella, he's got his book, and he's got his bag. And the build and artifact in this one is it's a tank that when he went over the edge, that famous scene of the Scream, that's the scene you get to collect with that artifact. I am actually kidding with that. That's what that looks like. But actually, the Build and Artifact series in this one is actually the Grail, where the Grail was inside the tomb. So it's a shelf where the Grail was held, along with the Grail swordsman, which we're going to see here in a minute. So here we go. We've got the Grail Knight, and the artifact is the altar where all of the chalices were, which is pretty cool. If you collect all of these figures, you will be able to build that, which is pretty neat. But that's another cool figure. Looks just like the guy. Again, I wish I could show you guys the box art. It looks pretty awesome. We have Elsa Schneider. So she can actually take her hat off, and you can see her hair. So this figure, I think it's okay. I'm going to collect it, but I don't think it's the best figure in the series. But it's going to be nice to have it as part of the collection. Now we have some stuff from the Dial of Destiny. We have Ronaldo, which is an old friend of Indy's. We don't know much about him. I haven't seen the film yet, so I don't know how he's going to, how much screen time he's going to get. I heard it's a very small role, but that is played by Antonio Banderas. So I am eager to see him in an Indiana Jones movie. Then we have Dr. Voller, the villain of the new film. And so, again, to me, this looks like Clark Kent, which is interesting. But he is the villain of the next film, and it will be good to add him to the collection as well. And I didn't get to see if you could take the hat off. It would be nice to see if he can, if he comes with a gun or anything like that. All right, so let's take a look at this Indiana Jones post. Somebody said, I've seen it. I like it. Who's with me? This was posted about an hour ago. So we're going to look at this first string mainly. And there's no spoilers in here. It said it was a really good movie, one of the best entries in the series, in my opinion. Disney have finally managed to surpass my expectations. It was a true indie movie with zero woke stuff. Disney gave the fans what they deserve, finally. So let's see what the comments are here. Zero woke stuff? Well, you can all finally get off Kathleen Kennedy's case and give her kudos for once, huh? With a laugh. She deserves kudos for this one, yes. I was never on that case, but yes, indeed, I agree. Now, that was my biggest fear with this, was that Indiana Jones was going to be put in the background and that the girl was going to get the most screen time, but that's apparently not the case. After all the fears of wokeness, honestly, I didn't see it in the final film at all, except maybe the one time from the TV spot where Helena is talking about how awesome she is. I feel like Indy should have had a witty comeback there, which it didn't come. But that's really the maximum complaint I have on the overall entirety of the film. Dare I say it? Kathleen Kennedy's still got it. Well, I wouldn't say she still got it, maybe in this one film. And this one's interesting. And I really appreciated the fact that Mads' character was not restricted by today's extreme censorship in cinema. He smokes on screen. Yes, it is a big deal nowadays. He despises other races, and they weren't afraid to show this on screen. Little things like that make him a more compelling villain, I agree. Or I believe, and I would agree with that. He was really easy to dislike, expertly acted to be a twat, but still sophisticated villain compared to what we got from the series before. What I missed a bit is more scenes of the Mads being a scientist. As it stands, we kind of have to take their word for it that he's smart. All right, so this is interesting. Someone said, incredible. I love it. There were a few small problems, but the great stuff outweighs them. I don't know how the critics gave it a bad review because this film is so fun. Now, somebody mentions how he dies. I want to see if he dies. I don't know the ending. I don't think he's going to die in this film. I don't believe that's the case. I thought it was excellent. Is it better than the Crystal Skull? I bet it is. This one I feel quite steadily good. I'm glad we finished the series with a DOD instead. I finished Dial with a smile and a tear in my eye. When I finished the other one, I was confused and disappointed. That's good. Good to hear. I'm with you. Still haven't seen it. Very entertaining. I can't wait. Afraid not. No spoilers. Fantastic. It was definitely action-packed. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. This gives me a little bit of hope. So let's talk a little bit about Indiana Jones and what's going on. So it was announced this last week. Somebody asked Kathleen Kennedy, and this was the big fear, was that they were going to have Helena take over after this film series was over. And Kathleen Kennedy said, yes, there have been a few talks about that, but they're not focused on that at this moment. I hate to say it, we already have Tomb Raider. We do not need a second-rate Indiana Jones taking over the franchise. When this is over, it's over. My hope with this franchise is that we will get more novels, we will get more comic books, possibly a cartoon series, and maybe some younger Indiana Jones stuff that they could basically expand upon his history in the past. I would love to see some history. You know, from Raiders, they talk about Indy working with Marion's father. I want to see some of that. I want to see the earlier years of Indiana Jones. And I wouldn't mind seeing Short Round make a comeback as well. But as far as Helena taking over, no, we don't need that. That is not what this series is, and it's not what it was ever meant to be. Now, Disney is going full woman on everything. I will have a Star Wars update here in the next few days that talks about they're fully in on the women and pushing the men to the sides. And that is a fact. And we'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. So I don't like her comments on that. Now, this film, The Dial of Destiny, looks like it's going to suffer the same fate as The Flash did. I think critics have done their damage. I think the Cannes Film Festival really damaged the image of Indiana Jones and the stuff that came out of it. I reported on that. I was very hesitant about this movie. I'm actually encouraged now by actual fans of the series coming out and talking about how they view the film. Like I said, I want to go in and see one great Indiana Jones. Doesn't even need to be great, just a good Indiana Jones adventure to close off the series. And I really hope that's what I get, but I am still going in with low expectations. That review will be up tomorrow. All right, I do appreciate the support. I will have that video up, and as more information about Indiana Jones gets released, we'll talk about more product placement stuff. And in this video, I'm going to leave some links to some of these Adventure Series figures that you can purchase on Amazon. And if you decide to purchase them, it's one of those things, it's an affiliate link. It will help support my channel. So it doesn't cost you any more, and it does help my channel. So I do appreciate anybody who purchases those figures off of those links. I will have a bunch of those listed in the comment section of this video. We will see you on tomorrow's review.